What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Indianapolis, where we have a really big divisional matchup this week against the Tennessee Titans, who, while still only at an 81 overall as a team, are sitting at 6-1 and atop our division. So, again, a game that we really want to win, despite the fact that we are sitting at 2-5. And yes, we do want a really great draft pick this year. However, we do still want to win games. We are rebuilding, but we don't want to just completely tank. And that means that we have a lot of prep to do in the film room. So let's get into this right now. Not sure which side of the wall we're going to be talking to right here, despite the fact that we are in our office and not necessarily with the rest of the team. However, that's totally okay. Don't really care about what they're saying right now. Let's just get into this as, yes, obviously quarterback is the most important position in the game, and that isn't a strength of theirs. So we can force them to bad choices. I feel really bad about saying that about Cam Ward because, again, obviously he's led them to a 6-1 record right now. So he's obviously not doing that bad. And honestly, with our quarterback situation, we really shouldn't be talking. So, do we really think that he's going to be able to turn it over? Now, honestly, I really don't necessarily think that our secondary not necessarily has the ability to pick him off often, but I don't know if he's going to be making a ton of mistakes. And not just that, but again, we haven't been great about forcing turnovers this season. So, honestly, I think what we need to do is really lock down their halfback. I think that's going to be the main thing because, again, our rush defense is definitely really, really good. And yes, I understand our coaching staff did go down -5 with the whole thing with them. But honestly, I don't care. You know, I'm the head coach, damn it. And if we make mistakes, that's totally on us. So here we go. We need to talk strategy for this next week. Again, we're going to be looking at locking down their rushing attack. As yes, of course, we want to be extremely aggressive in this one. And we need to get 5 tackles and a TFL with Franklin. I think we can do that. We can do our best. And let's see what we can do to end up disrupting not just the rushing attack, but also their passing game. As we end up looking at their team, because, again, the Titans are going to be a really tough team to end up taking on because they're 6-1 this season. Cam's only thrown 3 interceptions with 11 touchdowns and 1,400 yards. So obviously better than the quarterback room that we have right now. Pollard does have 209 while Spears has 142. He has the 3 touchdowns and Pollard has 1. And it looks like they're kind of evenly splitting carries. I don't know if one of them was injured earlier or something like that. But either way, it does look like they're splitting it. And of course, Cam gets out on rushes as well. He's got 3 of his own. They even have a rookie halfback as well who's gotten in the mix, gotten himself a touchdown as well. Tyler Lockett is having a really great season right now. 466 already with 5 touchdowns. Burks does have 324 with a touchdown, and then Okonkwo with 256 and 2 touchdowns. So again, guys that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Calvin Ridley's there as well, but honestly, the other 3 are the ones that I think we're really going to have to focus on the most. Of course, they do get a little bit of pressure as Judon does have 5 TFLs along with Simmons, and then he also has 4 sacks, and Simmons has 3 as well. So let's hope that our offensive line can end up protecting Jones in this one, and let's hope that we don't add to this interception total that they have. They have a really talented secondary, so let's just make sure that we're really safe with the ball. As long as we go out there and don't make any boneheaded plays like we have in the past, I think we're going to be fine. We're at least going to keep this a close game. We are at home, so let's hope that we can actually take home a win. Thankfully, we get the chance to set the tone on offense first, and of course, we're going to be doing that with a run up the middle with Taylor, as he does end up getting a pretty big hole, ends up picking up a really good gain to the 38. As long as they're being soft on the run, may as well keep going to it. As we get some good blocks, we get another really good hole and pick up another first down past midfield. Things are going so well on the ground that why don't we go to play action and try to screw it all up? As we end up hitting him on the sideline, and we just overthrow him. It wasn't the worst idea, just wasn't the best throw. He was wide open, just couldn't get it. As they end up just selling out for the run, and we get stumped. So that leaves us up to Jones here on 3rd and 10. Who is going to get open here? As it's going to be Warren, and we're just short. Look, we're on the 42-yard line, just out of range of a field goal. And honestly, we just didn't want to punt, as we get a big run up the middle. Where were you at, man? Come on. And unfortunately, it looks like we got an issue, as Quentin Nelson ended up going down. It's a big loss on our offensive line. So let's see what we can do to make up for it. As Adonai Mitchell with a big gain. Okay, well, big gain is maybe a bit of a stretch, but still a nice little gain there. As we get to the outside, and Taylor's got the speed. He ends up cutting it back up down to the 3. And we got down here mostly on the ground, so we're going to finish this off on the ground. As, never mind, we're a little short. But Taylor definitely deserves this touchdown, as I thought he ended up getting in. And fine, why not? One more opportunity. Just give it to him, get it up the middle, and we'll take the touchdown right there. It took a while, but honestly, it was worth it for the 7. The question is, can the defense do the same thing that the offense did and end up having a really good start to the game, as play action just doesn't work? Thank God he ended up dropping it. And we had a guy there, don't get me wrong, but still would have been a couple yards, as he ends up going in motion. And they end up just running up the middle with Pollard, and we stop them. So let's see if we can make them go 3 and out right here. 3rd and 7. Let's get some good pressure. Get in there. Oh, I tried to stunt around the middle, and that is actually going to end up being a roughing the passer. That is totally on me. I thought we had him. To be fair, he deserved it. So let's get in here. Play action again. He's going to scramble out, and he's going to throw it. Oh, I thought we could have picked that. Then again, he didn't end up reading that the way that I thought he did. I thought he was going under for it, but apparently not. As we get through on that one, and we end up picking up the sack with Buckner. So 3rd and 17. We can't let them pick this up. That would be extremely horrible. Just go back into a zone. No shot. Like, there had to have been someone there. We had a zone out there for that. And yet they did nothing to end up stopping that. At least we hold them to only 2 yards on that one, but it doesn't matter how many yards we hold them to. If they always find a way, let's go Womack! No way! I guess the coaches were right. We need to get him to throw some picks, and we get one right there. Sorry, a little too overexcited for a pick. My bad. That's all right. Let's run this one, as they knew that was coming. If they're expecting run, let's go to the air on this one. As that is going to be, no! Warren was wide open. Literally, no one was there around him. Oh my gosh, that's a little upsetting on that one. As we end up scrambling out. Oh my gosh, Jones is going to do it with his feet. We pick up a first. Sometimes I forget he actually has a little bit of speed. Maybe we need to utilize that just a little bit more. As wow, he gets taken down from behind. But we haven't done it all day. So let's do it right here. Go for the screen, make sure we get that out. Get some blocks, we get around. We end up coming back, and that's a big gain. We needed a first down right there, and we ended up getting it, thank God. So let's get out there. Oh my gosh, we had a major hole. We just did not get up for it. I know, sometimes I need to think about what I'm saying before I actually say it. Herbert's in right here. As he gets some really good blocks too, we bring it back to midfield. But now we got 2 minutes to end up scoring. Only 51 yards to go. Let's see what we can do. Oh my gosh, I tried to throw that out and I ended up pump faking. That is literally just totally on me. That's alright, we can make up for it right here as we get it to downs. It's a nice little gain. It's alright, all we need is just a little first down right here, and we're going to get that to Pierce. We have 3 timeouts, why don't we just run the ball right here, right? It's been our bread and butter today as we get taken down. So much for bread and butter on that one, am I right? Oh my gosh, is he open? No, we overthrow it! You've got to be kidding me. That is a great pick by Snead. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if I don't want to see them celebrating, I want to see the replay of that. Because honestly, that was a really great play by him. And we end up oh, look at that wobbler. Yeah, he ended up going up for that. Why Warren didn't go up for that, I don't know. And he ends up picking it. Honestly, very disheartening to see. Very, very disheartening to see. As they end up picking up a good gain right here. It's a little rough, especially where we were at on the field. Because now they're almost at midfield right here. As they end up handing it off and they go down. I mean, realistically, we end up preparing for the run. So we end up getting it right there. Oh my gosh. Thankfully, no way. I can't believe he stayed up. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that we didn't get another roughing the passer. Let's go, Buckner! Buckner with the pick! I can't believe it. And it looks like he's dead on the field right now. That's probably not a good thing. Oh no. Are you okay, buddy? Well, he never ended up getting up, but I'm going to assume that he's okay because we didn't see an injury or anything like that. That's just crazy right there. As we hit Mitchell, and that's going to be a first down, let's make sure we get up to the line because we do not have a lot of time. At the very least, let's end up getting out of bounds or getting an incomplete pass right here. as that is going to be out of bounds. Oh, and he drops it. All right, though. At least that wasn't like on first down or on third down or something like that. That's all right. Let's pick this up right here as we're going to have to go short. Thankfully, Warren hangs on to it, and we got to call a timeout. Honestly, these accuracy issues are not good for us, unfortunately. Well, obviously, they're not good for us. Let's go, Pittman. Gets up there, and let's make sure we rush to the line here. Only 12 yards to get in the end zone. Pittman with an incredible catch right there. But let's go. We only have one timeout. We can't waste it right here. Let's hurry up. And let's get it to Warren. And let's... Oh, never mind. That's an incomplete pass. Which means that we have one more shot right here. And I'm really hoping that we have something that is going to end up picking it up. Honestly, we're going to go for that weak flood right here. I know it's to the short side of the field, but someone's going to get open. And we're going to find them right here for the touchdown. As that is going to be Downs. What a catch. Great timing by those two. Something you wouldn't have seen from Richardson. And we end up going up 2 scores before the end of the half. I don't know what's more impressive. The fact that our offense has scored twice in the half, or the fact that our defense has held them to 0 points so far. They only have a couple seconds left, and this should be, if we can take them down, the end of the half. But they do get the ball back at half, and now we got to stop them yet again. 2 picks so far. As we... Oh, no! You were there for it and no one's there to stop him? Guys, what are we doing? You were there to be able to pick it and you didn't even put your hands up. Can you believe that on the first play of the half, Calvin Ridley for a touchdown? I said that the other 3 guys are the guys we're going to have to worry about. You looked back and you didn't do a damn thing. And Ridley ends up picking up a big touchdown there. That's okay. We wanted the ball back anyways. You know what I mean? So let's put this on the ground. Let's get that clock rolling. And let's find a hole that we don't hit. But I will say, after scoring before the end of half there, I have a little more faith in the passing game. Not much, but a little bit. And we're going to have to use it here. Problem is, we have 10 yards to go. And we need to find someone who's going to be open for it right here. As that is going to be Pierce who holds on. No, he doesn't. He drops it. And the first 3 and out in the day ends up going to us. But if only we could have ended up dislodging the ball right there. That would have been really nice. Instead, now we got to pick them up as they end up going play action. And he holds on to that. But Pierce didn't. Yes, I understand that we're talking about, you know, Burks versus Pierce. But still, regardless, come on, man. No, man, no one's there to stop him. And we can't even take him down. Dude, they definitely have all the momentum right here. As someone's got to get there to stop him. Ridley just continuing to be a problem for our defense. As it looks like they're about to end up tying it up as they go to Pollard. But no, we stuffed that. And Zaire Franklin, who was the one who was supposed to get 3 tackles in the TFL, didn't. He ended up getting injured. And he's out of the game now. As someone needs to pick up the short routes too. We are going to end up putting him back in the game, even though he has a high chance of re-injury. But it's totally worth it as we pick up the sack and we hold them to a field goal. Just when I thought that our defense wasn't going to be able to hold, they end up doing that right there. And even though they do score, at least we're still up. We just really need to focus on holding the ball here and making sure that we don't go 3 and out anymore. I say that as we end up going for play action to see if we can get them deep. As, damn it, I was hoping that Pittman was actually going to go further downfield and just keep running. But no, he ended up stopping and we weren't going to be able to hit him. That was going to get picked if we threw that to him. 2nd and 7 though. Let's go up the middle. Why did you end up going to the outside? Our blocker, I think, went the wrong direction, which is bad for us. But realistically speaking, we don't get the ball out there. And unfortunately, we have to punt yet again. Not looking... Oh, I wish he would have run into us. God damn it. Nelson went down with an injury again. And I think for now, we're going to let him rest just a little bit. Not just because the defense is on the field, but because he needs it. And, dude, they have all the time in the world. I mean, we had 2 guys in the vicinity, and no one did anything to stop it. So we need to get it right here if they run to the outside. And this is going to be their best run of the day. As Pollard just throws us off him. And remember when I said that they had the momentum? Yeah, they're definitely showing it right now. And they're making a really big comeback as they go to the outside again. But we're ready for them this time. But we seriously need to hold them to a field goal here. It's our only chance of keeping the lead. As they're just going to run again. He ran past Pollard. What were we doing, guys? I thought he was going to pick it up, but no. No. Someone get there. Let's go, Buckner. Another sack. Buckner is literally just doing it all today, man. He's got a pick. He's got a sack or 2. So let's keep this up as we give up the touchdown. That's a tough way to end that drive. Lockett gets in, and now we're down for the first time today. But this will allow us to potentially get a nice little comeback here as we got Warren wide open, and he's got a lot of open field. He's got the speed over Winston Jr. Oh my gosh. And we get a really big gain down to the 23. They were not ready for that. And that was a great play right there, as we need to find a way to get around him. He jukes, but only picks up one. We're still in a good position right now, so we just need to keep it up as we hit the angle, and Taylor's just short of the first. So you know who we're going to trust in this situation? We're going with Warren, who's short. And I can't believe we're just picking up 3 here, but if we're going to be able to tie it up, I think that's the best course of action, I guess. I mean, I don't feel great about it, as you can tell by the hesitation in my voice, but that's okay. You know what? We're going to give ourselves an opportunity here. Stewart ends up going down. Guys, how are we missing tackles? All right, we seriously need to lock in here, because they could end up just holding onto the ball, kicking a field goal, and finishing it. So let's make sure that we find a way to pick up a stop. The last play before the 2-minute warning right here. 2nd and 5. Sending him in motion. And no, they're just going to let the 2-minute warning arrive. Understandably so. We might need to start using some timeouts here if we want to find a way to pick up a win. 2nd and 5 though. My goodness, man. This is not the spot we wanted to be in after being up 14-0 earlier in the game at half. So let's pick this up. There we go. We end up knocking it out. So we need to literally play lockdown defense right here on 3rd and 5. We get it through, and that is not lockdown defense. But thankfully they are rushing to the line. That saves us a timeout right here. So 1st and 10. Come on. He's still moving over there. They might end up picking up a delay of game because Burks just doesn't get set. As never mind, he ends up motioning out. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. But it's alright, yep. And unfortunately, we end up taking him down at the 20. So at this point, it's blitz. And just hope he makes a mistake right here. Let's go on the 18-yard line. And they just throw down. Let's go, 2nd and 10. Let's send another blitz. As we do. And there's a flag on that one. And it looks like it's on Tennessee. That's going to be a block in the back. But let's see. We either go 2nd and 17 or a 3rd and 7. Just in the interest of time, we're declining and taking the 3rd and 7. I know, that seems really stupid, but we're going to do it anyways. I know it sounds stupid, but I think it's the best course of action. Just to potentially, again, get a little extra time here. As someone needs to get there. Get up! Oh, I wish we could have picked that. The good news is we forced them to take a field goal with 1:09 left. And we have 2 timeouts as well, which makes this a little bit easier. But we still need a lot to go right in this one to be able to win this. There we go. Oh my gosh, how did you overthrow that badly? You know, those inaccuracy problems that we had with Richardson? Yeah, I guess they weren't just exclusive to him. As we're going to have to run this one out, and we're just going to have to throw it out. And realistically, we're going for it on 4th down anyway, so what's the point of just making a mistake on 2nd down? As there we go. Let's go. Warren, great catch right there. And we got ourselves a 1st down. But now we got to keep it towards the sidelines right here. Otherwise, we're just screwed. No! Yes! Let's go! Let's hurry up. Get up there. We're getting closer to field goal range. And I can't tell if the clock is still rolling or not. It sure is. Okay, so let's hurry the F up right here, guys. That would be really, really awesome. As I need to pick a play. We're just going to go with the same thing we were doing. And let's snap the ball. And we got it again. That's a beautiful catch, and we got another 1st. They are going to review it, and I understand why. I wasn't sure that he got both feet in. But let's see the replay right here. Does he make the clutch play? Does he get both? As... yeah, looks like it. Looks like it. It looks like we're good. Question is, who's going to be the hero in this game? As Pitt... no! Yes, thank God that didn't get picked. And at this point, I understand what coach is doing. 22 seconds left. Let's push this to overtime unless we can get a big gain here, which we don't. So we got a big 40-yard field goal right here to be able to push this into overtime. And we need to make sure we get this, as that looks like that is going to go right down the middle and sail through the uprights as we go into overtime yet again. Thankfully, we are going to be starting overtime with the ball, And I'm really hoping that we can hold on to this for the entire time. At the very least, kick a field goal. As we actually get a really good return. We end up cutting back a little bit. And we're almost at midfield already. Which means we be really smart with the ball right here. And we just run to make sure that we get some good yardage as we actually had more open field. Taylor's upset with that. I'm upset with that. But, hell, you know what? Still 6 yards. And that's a pretty damn good gain. As we get more right there. And we got it down to the 30. And with that successful run, you'd expect us to go to the air, right? Incorrect. We're going with the zone weak because I think they're looking for the pitch to the outside. Let's get this up the middle. We got a major hole. And what did I tell you? We glitch a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Taylor gets into the end zone. And we end up picking up 7 in overtime right there. But now our defense needs to stop them for the last 2 minutes of this game. Let's make sure that we go out there and we do not allow them to get in the end zone. Maybe I should have went with, it doesn't matter. Either way, though, let's end up stopping them here as they go for the run, and we stop them at the line. Yeah, it would have been really dumb to go for the 2, but still, it would have been fun to go with. Don't get me wrong. But let's go. They're getting down to almost 2 minutes here in overtime. 2nd and 10. Let's get in there as they go short, and we aren't able to stop Lockett. You know, the funny thing is they're showing the field goal, line. Like where he needs to be. No. Take him down. Thank you. Cam with over 300 yards right now. Having a great game despite the 2 interceptions. As that is a great pass right there. No. We need to stop him. I can't believe we didn't take him down right there. We may have just blown this. Don't tell me we end up tying in this game. I can't deal with that. My heart can't deal with that. I don't think so. Get in there. Pick up the stop. Great tackle. That's the kind of play we needed right there, and we burnt one of their timeouts. 24 seconds, 2nd and goal. They go up the middle again, and we're there to stop them. So it's been working this entire drive. Let's do it one more time. Let's blitz. 3rd and goal. Someone get him. No, come. They end up scoring on the ground. That's a terrible way to end this game. And we do have 15 seconds. Last-ditch effort. Let's see what we can do to end up picking up a win. I mean, it's a long shot, but it's worth a shot if you ask me. Let's see what we can do. No. Again, we just need to get a pull like Pittman ended up getting near the end of the game earlier. As no, he can't hold on to that. Bro, if he would have held on to that, that could have been a field goal right there. Quick timeout. You never know what could have happened. Yeah, that's just going to be down. And this one ends in a tie. That sucks. That really, really sucks. We should have ended up winning that game. And it says they're 6-1-1 and we're still 2-5. Where's the 1 next to our 5? Absolutely ridiculous way to end the game. I don't even feel good about that. I feel so bad, I'm not even going to play the next game. We're going to save the next game for the next video. Because that was that bad of a game right there. That was a one that we should have won, not just in regulation, but in overtime as well. And we just blew it in the last little bit. We should have had a quarterback spy out there. We knew that he runs a lot. Question is, why didn't we end up stopping him? I mean, honestly, not a horrible game from Jones, all things considered, at least compared to, you know, what we've had in the past. 220 with the touchdown, and of course that 1 interception as well. That was a great pick by Snead, though. Cam Ward, 341 with 2 touchdowns, but we did have those 2 picks as well. Wish we could have got some in the second half, but that's okay. Taylor with 2 touchdowns, 108 on 20 carries, averaging 5.4. We held Pollard to only 36. And then, of course, Cam had 8 for that 1 touchdown, and that's a little rough. Herbert at least had 16 yards. If only Warren could have ended up picking up that first down, I think this game would have turned out differently. I don't even want to look at Ridley right there with 160-something yards. Let's look at Warren here with the 85. Pittman with 70. Big plays near the end of the game on that one, but Downs did have that 1 touchdown and was a big difference in that game. But again, just a little unfortunate. That didn't make much of a difference in the end. Now, Buckner, Carly's, both had 3 TFLs, Latu and JT both with 2, and then Bynum, Cross, and Daniel here with 1 apiece. And then Buckner, of course, with the 2 sacks, along with 1 interception as well. Latu and Bynum combined for another sack. But again, the two picks from Buckner and Womack. Not too bad, but again, still only resulted in a tie. Better than a loss, but still does not feel good at all. So unfortunately, we got to talk to the press. Hey, coach, how did you feel about tying in a game that you should have won? Well, honestly, it really fucking sucks. But, hey, we're going to have to deal with that. And what do you mean tough loss out there? We didn't lose. We didn't lose, though. What are you talking about, coach? We didn't lose. We tied. There isn't anything in the press for that. All right, you know what? Let's just put this week behind us, advance to the next one, and I can completely forget about the fact that we should have won that one despite the fact that we didn't. I'm hoping that as we go on the road to face the Steelers, who are 4-3 this season, with a really stellar defense, I'm just hoping that we can end up picking up another win. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I really do want to get a really good draft pick. I think there are a couple good quarterbacks that I think that we can end up taking early in the draft. But at the same time, we still kind of want to win. Want to make the players happy, want to make the fans happy. And honestly, as long as we win a couple more games, we're going to have a pretty secure job. Okay, maybe not pretty secure, but secure enough where we're not going to get fired at the end of the season. But we'll definitely see what ends up happening. Again, we have plenty more season to go. We still got 9 games left this season. We got plenty more against divisional opponents. And again, another one against the Titans. And I'm really hoping that we can end up picking up a win against them the next time that we end up seeing them. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.